tank, triple support against the offense of compLexity.
Be interesting to see where their positioning takes them too, because you can run that hybrid where you send someone on the high ground, but they don't really have a high ground hero. One of the players you might end up seeing up there is Ares, as a lot of Zenyatas like to hold up on the top, just kind of using that as a safe escape route as well. Offensively, you know, to the surprise of no one, Harblu's going to be playing Roadhog on offense. And I will say, of all the teams, when they do get to choose sides, compLexity almost always takes offense. They like to set the pace and then know what they have to get done on defense. They much prefer to attack first, more so than any other team in my opinion. Shake for the moment on Ana. That is a momentary 76 as Torque was toying with it. He's on the Hanzo right now, but it would not be surprising to see him run 76 even on the offense here. Nicholas is going to play the Tracer. Joe Meister on Lucio. JKW on Reinhardt are standard picks. Torque at the very last second switches to Genji too, so trying to figure out which Shimada he wants to play on. As always, we're going to start off with the Harblu cam.
And why not? Harblu's had some really good picks here. It's a little bit hard to get the picks on the offense. Certainly you don't have the position to do it in the defense, but Harblu has proven that it is a thing that he can do. And right now, just rolling, look at the top. And the key from great Roadhogs compared to just good Roadhogs is that great Roadhogs aren't afraid to exploit how big the hitbox is on the Roadhog hook to get some truly ridiculous hooks where it might make their accuracy lower, but the amount of game-changing hooks they get is actually much higher. So,
yeah, just shooting around corners. They do get some Roadhog on Roadhog action, and Nicholas helps him take down Mirage, but that was all on a Harblu hook right there. So he's starting it off right. He's trying to get to the high ground right now as Harblu rotates up top. It's 6v5. He looks for the Ana hook. He gets it! Oh my god!
He got it, but was immediately punished. Humber was there with the punish. He's moving around his wings and he can get another kill, but his team is dying around him. Does have to fight JKW. JKW dropping the hammer for good measure. Sets up Nicholas for 2 more kills. No pulse bomb required. And compLexity looking dominant here. Nano Boost coming in late to the fight. That is going to be it. They will get through this pre-hanger phase with ease.
That's about as fast as you can do it. Those hooks were insane, and yes, Harblu did not show up in the kill feed for credit, but he absolutely set up a couple kills from Nicholas. Nicholas still on the rampage, takes down 2. Both supports now down as Nicholas continues to rock the back line. A Mercy comes into play, but eliminated immediately. It is 6v3 right now. They're rolling.
Yeah, and we do see the immediate swap up coming in here. Oxo swapped to McCree, then swapping up to Reaper. I think they just want extra muscle to help deal with this Roadhog. They're no longer going to be sticking with the 3-3-3. They are mixing in DPS. But look at Nicholas right now. He is setting up for the pulse bomb. This could be huge if he gets right into the clump of them. Didn't quite like what he was seeing. Ends up going in too hard. It's taken out by Ares, so the very Nicholas-esque play starting out here. But
Torque gets his Dragon Blade, though.
He took out Landslot, was able to get the flex, still alive at 200 HP, and Hex, they're doing it. JKW saying something late fight Earth Shatter, and that should be a 1 fight for compLexity. So even with Nicholas dying early, they're able to make the most of the situation.
So JKW is still in here as Nicholas comes back to life, takes down Ares. Ares has been focused on really hard this game. He has a rough go of it as Ana, as the Earthshatter comes in late to clean up everyone on the ground. They have designs on getting this point. They do just that. That is as good as a shuttle phase as you can hope for. A brief stall out, but not much. Teams hate this respawn, by the way. They just respawn right in front of the enemy team and lose Ares yet again.
One upside, they were able to get 2 kills off. It wasn't the worst. Even get a hook up the Harblu, but Harblu just left clicks for us. It's like, it doesn't matter that you hooked me first. I still have the cards I need. Torque is going to have Dragon Blade up here for the next fight. Offense is going to have Sound Bearer, so they will have the tools they need to keep up the pressure. It's going to be on Oxo here to get a good counter Death Blossom to stymie this. And Torque goes too far deep, gets taken out. They're not going to have that Dragon Blade. Pulse Bomb comes up lane fight, but here comes Oxo to the back off the Graviton. Gang ready to hit Q. Does not hit just yet. Doesn't need to because Shun has set him up for those 2 kills.
Yeah, really nice defensive sound barrier there too, and whenever you're going to use a defensive sound barrier, you better start lighting up that kill feed. They do just that, bring 4 kills into it. Really nice stabilization by the defense, and they didn't overcommit too. They have a ton of ultimates up. Oxo set up for an enormous off-the-top rope Death Blossom here. Gets spotted out.
Good place. Oh no, Shake with the Ana shots, able to take him out. It's a double Ana kill, and here comes compLexity. Off of those pickups, they're going to just rush right in. OPPA in a rough situation. Hex, now what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to find a way of getting out of the spawn in a tricky fashion and turn this around. They have the ults, but they don't have the positioning.
They can't get out. Here comes an Ana boosted Reaper though as Oxo comes out, takes down 3 with the Death Blossom. He does get knocked down eventually, but that is the absolute window they needed. It's not enough though, as they were dying trying to get out of spawn. Despite a 3K from Oxo with the nano boost, simply too much meat on the ground for compLexity. That is a blazing time on Dorado, or Gibraltar rather, especially lately.
it's super quick, and I gotta say, it shows how dominant complexity was there and how far behind OPPA was, where they get a quick triple kill with Reaper, and they still are not able to do anything to stand the point. Just that's how far back they were. So it was rough from OPPA. They got knocked around. Yeah. Everything was in favor of complexity.
They lost 2 tanks on the way out there to try to stall out because they had a Graviton at the ready. They just lost Zarya before she could even get out, which is kind of interesting because Zarya should be able to get out just based on the fact she has shields. So when she died early, they had to go with the Reaper out there with 3 kills, but it would have been nice to have a Graviton. Probably would have mopped up the whole team. So they did their best there at the end, but that is exactly to your point, how dominant complexity was. That is a super fast time on Gibraltar. Teams are struggling to complete shuttle phase in Gibraltar lately, and they rolled to the end with very little resistance.
Indeed. Well, take a look here at the defense as it comes out. This is what we wanted to see from complexity here on this map. The defense is rolling out. It will be Harblue on the Roadhog. What else would he be on? Torque is going to be on the McCree. Joe Meister on Lucio. Shake on the Ana. Nicholas going to be on Tracer. JKW on the Winston. And Hex, there will be no 76 here. No old school crossfire type shenanigans going on, but McCree's still pretty darn good at shooting down from the rafters.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they set him up too. So I guess I'm getting word in chat that it's OPPA, not OPPA. I don't know. It's one of the two. OPPA, that's like the thing they do at like the Greek weddings, right?
Yeah, that's the Greek thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's that thing. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't say it, because I'm just like, yeah, that sounds wrong. All right, whatever. Anyway, our Korean team in OPPA, they are going to be running a Genji on offense. That's going to be Mirage. We'll see what he can get done early. And actually, one of the first D.Va sightings of the day, a Shun on D.Va rather than that Reinhardt. Mirage comes up, spots both tanks looking to get frisky up in the corner here, and they're going to lay in a ton of damage on the way through. D.Va shielding for him as he takes down about 100 health, but it was good, nice to spot that out and not get the first kill right away to Harblue.
And it's still giving complexity to make that attempt there.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, granted, if they weren't quick on the back off, it could have backfired, but they knew what they were looking for. As soon as they didn't get it, they immediately backed out. So it was low risk, could have been high reward. We'll see how things work out right now. Harblue right now, he's not going on any crazy flanks. He's just here on the top looking for a good hook. He knows Ares is almost in his range. Ares is just spacing him out just the way he needs to right now. It is a kill for kill right now. Harblue, though, does find Zephyr, takes him out. Complexity, a bit of an edge here. False Bomb comes out, takes out Harblue.
They trade out, though.
Overall, yeah, complexity overall winning this trade. And unlike a lot of the other areas, Hex, this is one point where you need to trade out almost 1-for-1 as an offense. You can't really rely on faster respawn times. It's relatively even.
Yeah, the walk distance is just about even, though. So Ares is going to have his nano boost up for his Ana. We'll see where he wants to give it. I don't know. Mirage goes down really early to Shake. I think not expecting the DPS.
No, he wasn't. Harblue falling through, got the hook on Lancelot, took him out. 2 kills here from the side of complexity. And thus far, their defense has been living up to what we usually expect from complexity on this map. They've gotten the kills they need, but it's been more of a team effort, and really, Shake has been having some great Ana plays all over this map. It hasn't entirely been the Harblue show.
His damage on Ana has been phenomenal in the time that we've seen complexity. He's gotten a couple kills just always showing up on that kill feed as well, so he's looked pretty good. Takes down Oxel right away there, does Harblue. Harblue looking for more. He gets sleep darted and then just left behind as they try to just deal with him later. Torque and JKW, though, getting a couple kills as the Ana boost came up onto JKW. He's on the chase down. Harblue finally wakes up. He's getting healed up and poked down by the opposing Ana, so an Ana battle back and forth, but they're going to sustain on this defense. Only had to use the Ana ultimate as well, as they have most of their stuff up ready to go again. Nicholas, I think, is going to try to get cheeky with a pulse bomb. No reason to save it. No combo is up for him.
Well, we do have a swap up here. Shun got off the D.Va, went to Reinhardt, thinking that they do need the shield to deal with Roadhog hook shenanigans. Look at Nicholas. He's ready to just dive in.
He wants it. You can feel it. Like, he wants to blink in and get this done, but he's been spotted out, waiting for a more ideal time. He's going to target up these supports. I think he wants Lancelot more than anything. Taking out this Lucio would be huge as he's working his way to his sound barrier.
The other thing, too, I think they're trying to give Harblue some time to get pick up. He does this, finds Mirage, ends up getting taken down in turn. Also runs up from Nicholas. Shun as he'd like. It is 5v5 right now. Shun on the nano boost, but the defense, they can just back up to this Hex. This isn't the greatest, like, nano boost time. They're able to rope it, though, but they don't have to deal with it right away. And Ares now finds Nicholas in the back. Is able to stay alive for a bit, but it's not enough. JKW dives in, triple cleaves with the nano boost, and it's looking like complexity is going to take this fight, as the poke war is very much in their favor. We'll see if Mirage can turn it around, though.
Yeah, JKW does get taken out during that. Shun still alive, just barely, though. Ends up getting Pulse Bomb. Torque doing some unseen work over top, and they just don't have anything to deal with that high ground. The switch off of D.Va was interesting. Switching on to Shun, I think it's a better hero for him, but they've just pretty much left Torque all to his own devices up top. Maybe Mirage can win a cowboy duel with him, but so far, Torque has been cleaning up the scraps as he's gone just absolutely untouched up top.
And this is going to be their last chance here, Hex. There's 30 seconds remaining. It is all or nothing here for OPPA as they move in, or OPPA, whatever it might be.
OPPA!
With the Graviton. A lot is going to be dependent on this Graviton as he moves in, but he's got great targets. Look at complexity. They're all spread out right now. He's looking for it, finds nothing, goes down to 180 HP. Zephyr looks lost right now. Torque is able to take down Ares early off the Deadeye. 2 kills here from complexity, and this is just not the initiation that OPPA was looking for.
Yeah, Torque continues to clean up. Torque and Nicholas showing up in the kill feed, which we mentioned were going to be key for complexity if they're going to have any hope in this series. It looks like they do have great hope in this series as they go up 1-0 on Gibraltar in pretty dominating fashion, I will say, ZP.
So, you know when people cross John Travolta with the Symmetra portal, walking out, just looking side to side, wondering where he is a couple of four? That was Zephyr there in that last fight. He had no idea where to shoot the guy. He's like, look to the left, nope. Look to the right, nope. Oh, I'm at 150 HP. This is going terribly. And that's just because of how complexity was positioned there. They did not give them an early, easy engage target. And unlike a lot of other heroes in Overwatch where you can rely on a 3-4 person Graviton, you can't rely on that when going up against the defense pre-Hanger phase on Gibraltar. And as a result, it didn't feel like OPPA was in their comfort zone at all.
It seems like, and maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of teams have almost just had like a gentleman's agreement that we're going to play maps that don't really deal with high ground too much. And even when they play Hollywood nowadays, it's not the giant brawl for high ground that it used to be. So when teams are able to take a high ground defensive position, it just stuns other teams. They don't know how to rotate into it, how to deal with it. You saw it right there that they had 3 people in the high ground did complexity that were never touched, never even bothered really, just maybe poked at from a distance. But teams just kind of have forgotten how to rotate onto those high grounds, which is one of the big reasons we're seeing so many teams ban out Gibraltar right away. High ground has lost its favor. Teams are just kind of had an agreement like, let's just go 6v6 death ball on the ground. But when you get to those teams that run good high ground compositions, there's been no answer for it.
The thing about high ground is that, again, in analysis, sometimes people overestimate how good it is because there's a lot of ways of counter-engaging against teams that have a high ground advantage. There are points where maybe there's a slight advantage to the defense in dropping down, but it's not a magic bullet. There's definitely ways of baiting stuff out. But I'd say the key there, it's not even so much that it's high ground. It's that there's so many areas to hide and go around. It's a wide open courtyard. And again, to sort of what happened to Zephyr there, as he was in there, everyone was spread out. Those he was going to get was a one-person Graviton because the defense can spread and then collapse at the right moment. And that's what happened there, where Torque had no problem staying in the back, put up the Deadeye, got a quick kill, suddenly 6v5. The defense doesn't really need the collapse at that point. They can continue poking. And then the fight is fully won. They can just finish out the scraps, and it was just rough.
Yeah, you see right now that the map choice was up to OPPA. Okay. And they chose to go to Hollywood, and immediately complexity just moves over to attack because they get side choice. So like I said, they're a team that above any other, they want to attack first on every single map. They do get side choice, so I will confirm with Torque that that is the case. But exactly what I was saying, this team always wants to take attack.
It does make sense, and some teams actually prefer defense too. It's not one of those things where attack is better or defense is better. Teams do have their different preferences. A good case in point is that there's been a lot of cases where C9 has actually preferred going defense first.
Yeah.
Some teams don't care. It's one of those variable things where you can make arguments either way, but in the end, I don't think first side choice really decides too much, but it can affect psychology going.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily an advantage one way or another, but there's definitely teams who have a stylistic choice on it that they just mentally prefer that, you know, I'd rather know what I have to do on defense based on what we do on offense first. And an aggressive team like complexity always choosing the attacking side of things. So we are on Hollywood. Torque toying with my heart because I don't think he's going to be on this Pharah, unfortunately. I know JKW is not going to be on Hanzo. JKW, actually one of my favorite tanks because he's always chooses sniper on rollouts, always, and then he always goes to Reinhardt because he just has dreams of being the long distance damage, and then always has to play Reinhardt instead.
He's just lost all credibility.
It's always JKW though. Everyone else could be on the heroes they're gonna play, and then JKW is always on like a Widow or something, and it's like you're not fooling anyone. You're gonna run Reinhardt. We know that. What do you see on the defense though? As that is probably them already heading out of spawn.
I'll take a look here at the defense coming out from OPPA. It will be Zephyr here on the Zarya. Lancelot going to be Lucio. Shun on the Reinhardt. Ares on the Ana. Mirage on McCree. And Oxo going to be the final piece here on the Reaper. So, pretty standard stuff coming out here. They're not going with any sort of 3-3 setup. Instead, they're saying, we know we have good damage in Oxo and Mirage. We are going to let them spread their wings and fly. And we'll see if it works out. Meanwhile, what are we seeing from the offense here, Hex? As we know there is a few anomalies.
Yeah, a bunch of liars over here on the offense is what we got. Joe Meister's going to play the Lucio. I think Nicholas actually will be playing this Reaper. It's been pretty good on offense, but he could be on anything. He might even be on the Tracer. Torque and Shake do finally queue up on Zarya and Ana, respectively. JKW will be on Reinhardt. You're not fooling anyone, buddy. And Harblu will be on the Roadhog. Is JKW coming out of spawn just to spite me? No. No, there he is. So. No, he's on the Reinhardt.
Ends up charging. I think probably could have gotten there a little bit earlier if he wasn't on the
Yeah, he's just trying to spite me. But a nice combination early on as Harblu hits a hook and Torque takes down Ares. So that is the linchpin of this composition already down as Ana is out of it. There goes Mirage too, looking pretty rough on the defense so far.
Torque just melting faces. That's a triple kill here for Torque. 85% Zarya energy, maximum power, and that is just going to set the tone here. compLexity made it look easy. I mean, Harblu got the early hook. It just snowballed from there, and nothing too crazy, just good mechanical outplay coming from compLexity. And now the defense just has to struggle to even get on the rooftops this time.
Harblu hits a nice hook onto Reaper too, makes some nice positioning here overall. They're just dominating the ultimate advantage too. Shake almost has his ult already, and then Ana ult should lead to a Reinhardt ult if that ends up being the target, as JKW is already at 60%. Harblu and Torque already making their ways up to ultimates too, so they need to find something on this defense. That's going to be tough with Mirage down.
Harblu was able to get the pick up on the Mirage, ends up trading his life for it, but Torque on the Oxo in that engagement. So in the end, it's a 5v4 advantage here for compLexity. They're going to have Nano Boost here in just a moment. They are very well set up to keep this moving here. And Jake should be potentially Nano Boosting JKW here at the moment. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Well, Torque's going to have Graviton. I think they want to Nano Boost into Graviton. Here comes the Graviton.
And here comes the Reinhardt charging right in. It's a triple kill. Nicholas got to the back line. Pure left click doing that. He still has his Death Blossom here, Hex.
Yeah, just some nuts play from Nicholas there, as you mentioned, still with the Death Blossom, no need to really go much further. Oxo's trying to bring back a Death Blossom of his own, but he's caught out. He's just going to end up feeding into this. These tanks have just been rolling over this defense right now. Nothing really, I mean, just nothing going for defense at all. They've got maybe 2 kills this whole game.
It's been rough. That's pretty much what it comes down to. The defense has been getting bullied the entire game. compLexity showing their experience right now in more ways than one. They have a lot of ults going to the next fight. The defense, of course, has been building up ults of their own just from shit, really, if nothing else. Here comes Shun. Earthshot on the way, knocks down 3. Oxo just going to left flick everyone to death. Doesn't even need the spin to win. And that is going to be pretty much the first hold that we've seen all map long from the side of OPPA.
Yeah, it was nice for them as Nicholas did die to Oxo early, so they knew they didn't have to really worry about the high ground. But high ground back in play as Nicholas does teleport through the top. He's going to look for a giant Death Blossom, but Harblu goes down early. That's going to stifle his push a little bit at the very least. Nicholas runs into a Reaper of his own as the Sound Barrier comes down, just barely saves his life. Sound Barrier is down on both sides, though, as Oxo takes down his opposing number again, and it seems like his primary target is Nicholas. They don't want to deal with a giant 3-kill from Nicholas again.
Absolutely not. And Oxo, I mean, he's having good patience here and not using his ultimate when he doesn't need to. He can identify, all right, just left clicks are going to do the job here. He's saving resources, which is important. Ult economy is the big story in Overwatch that isn't always talked about, where if you can save ults and win fights with plus, it's worth it. It comes out of gamble, though, because if you're wrong, then you just get dumb. But oh my god, the charge coming in early on. Shun finds Nicholas early on. Heck, this might start out as Oxo in the back. Nano boosted. Death Blossom taking out 3.
Yeah, they're just going for it. Torque ends up dying by trying to shoot Oxo, so a little suicide there on accident. Oxo probably deserves the 5k there as he absolutely rolled through him. But, as you mentioned, that economy is so important, and they used absolutely everything there. So there's going to be 4 ultimates for this compLexity team on their next push.
Alright, well, here he goes. Death Blossom coming out from Nicholas now. 1 good Death Blossom. Nano Boost deserves another. Nicholas gets a 3k early on here, looking for a little bit more. And that is going to be compLexity turning it back around, regaining some of their early momentum from early in the game. And Hex, because they went through the first two phases so quickly, this would still be an incredibly good time for compLexity.
It's still a very good time, as you mentioned. Yeah, 3:30 left. JKW is going to try to close this out with an Earth Shatter, hopefully catching them unawares as they roll in here. Does not see his window just yet. Gets sleep darted as the counter Earth Shatter comes down from Shun. He's going in. Zephyr takes down Hardblue. Shun takes down JKW. Half of this tank meat is down. 6v4 right now. compLexity's got to bail.
compLexity in a little bit of trouble here. They're definitely having more troubles with last than they had with points 1 and 2. And I think it just comes down to the fact that there are more things the defense can do in terms of positioning to get the drop on people. And also, OXXO has just had a great last half of this game. And now, Hex, in terms of buying extra time, Zephyr is your man. He might have been confused Travolta last map towards the end, but with a good Graviton here against Zephyr's team, the Graviton's going to be a lot easier to land. And OXXO might even get a death loss from Wilson. So here we go. He's flanking. Here comes the Graviton coming in. Pulls in 4 people on the Graviton, and here comes OXXO. Going to eat the Earth Shatter, though. Earth Shatter buying a little bit of time here for the offense, but first kill to the side of OPPA. Death Blossom coming out, gets the kill onto Reinhardt. 2 kills here from defense, and it's done enough.
compLexity has to be wondering what can we do better there, because they were super patient on their ultimates and used them all very at the end. Wow, this cleanup is so late. They're all 5 feet out of spawn when they die. That's brutal. That's another 10 seconds and another bunch of ult fed into that. But I like compLexity's push there. I thought they timed everything really well. There was a late Sound Barrier. There was a late Earth Shatter. They got everything in the time they wanted, just mechanically got out-rocked there, and now they're like, they got to be scratching their heads.
compLexity has really run into a brick wall here. Things have been looking for haven't happened, but here comes Nicholas. He's going to come in from the side. Nano boost out. Death Blossom soon to fall. Takes out Mirage. Stops the high noon. Moving right in. 3 kills here from the side compLexity. Death Blossom actually doesn't do as much as you're looking for, but in the end, it's still a successful push here from compLexity. Late Nano boost on the Reinhardt coming out. That Reinhardt's going to die. Ana just getting executed on the ground by Nicholas, and that should be it. Will be compLexity finishing out here, Hex, but it's not quite the dominant time they had to begin with.
No, they definitely took them a lot longer than I thought it would on the last push. And like I said, I think they were doing a lot of things right, but there was just a nice defensive hold there from OPPA. So, a minute 58 left. It could have been much, much worse as the defense finally came to life there. And yeah, I think the nano boost on Reaper, not necessarily to get him in for positions for Death Blossom, but the Death Blossom allows him to get into a deeper position because you're moving at such a faster rate of speed and no one wants to be near you. They've used it a couple times just to get Nicholas into the back lines, and so maybe the Death Blossom doesn't get the kills on the way in, but then he's exactly where he wants to be and still nano boosted too and cleaning up those back lines. So that's what worked out for them on the final push here. 158 left in their time bank, but I think they have designs on just stopping them from finishing the map, does compLexity.
Alrighty. Well, compLexity, they are able to finish it out, as you mentioned, but I think OPPA has a chance here to at least make this close and competitive. We'll see what they do on their own attack. Definitely pull themselves out of the fire there, because there was a point where it looked like compLexity was just going to run away with it. But either way, take a look here at compLexity as they set up on the defense. Going to be Joe Meister on the Lucio. Hardblue on the Roadhog. JKW and Reinhardt. Wait a second. Hardblue, is he changing? Is he playing with their heart?
Well, we might need a BTL, so... We do have a disconnect from Mirage.
Yep, Mirage has left, but it does look like Hardblue will be running the main. They're saying he's coming back, so
that's great because
seems like we're good.
It does get much more difficult to redo things with time bank system. So Mirage is back, thank goodness.
Alright, so they continue things out here. It will not quite be triple tank, triple support. The Mei will be in play, so will the McCree. Torque is playing that, Shake on the Ana, and Nicholas on the Reaper.
Alright, offensively, it looks like they're running similar to what they ran last time. Lancelot on Lucio, Ares will play the offensive Ana, Shun, of course, on Reinhardt. Mirage will play McCree, OXXO on the Reaper, and Zephyr rounding it out on the Zarya. I want to see what what Mirage can get done early as far as his poke go, because he sees that Mei up top. He actually shoots her off of the cliff.
Alrighty, Mei, Icewall gonna start things out here, tries to split the offense. Shun, actually way too far deep, ends up getting rotated on, was way split away from his team, in no small part due to that Mei Icewall. So now it's a 6v5 in favor of the defense. OXXO though goes in, takes out Nicholas 5v5, and Mirage actually turning this around. Now you take a look at McCree, it's lane to the fight. This is where McCree gets cleanup. He is aided by OXXO, and it will be OPPA turning this back in their favor here, Hex, as Mirage is getting all the cleanup he needs. Finally, it's Reinhardt that's trying to get in on, but it's not the greatest person to try and take out McCree.
Yeah, they just got bullied into the corner there. They got pushed all the way back, which sometimes can be the right thing to do as a defense. One of the reasons that Hollywood's first has been so difficult to hold is that the retreat paths are just rough. I mean, you can go back in the corner, then you're on low ground and in the corner already, which is just brutal to do. And you can go into these side hallways, but then you're in a hallway. No one wants to fight in a hallway, so that's why Hollywood first is so hard to hold horribly with a nice icicle. Takes down Ares, though. Ares has been a prime target for this opposing team, and they've been absolutely brutalizing Ares this set.
Alrighty, so the offense OPPA moving forward. This is still a very good time that they can work with right now. Harblu on the defense will have a Blizzard, probably coming in over the top. We'll have to see, but there's a lot of options to deal with this. Their offense does have a Graviton to set things up here. They have an Earthshare, they have Deadeye, so a lot of ways they can win this fight. But here comes Blizzard. Harblu in over the top, sending them the weather. Nicholas taking out Mirage at 65. Zephyr about to get frozen here, and everything going the way of complexity. Nicholas, for good measure, gets the quad kill cleanup during the rest of it.
Yeah, it was all Harblu, though. He set it up perfectly all by himself, put a wall behind 4 of the team, dropped a Blizzard on top of that 4, so you're effectively segmenting off, already in a 6v4 immediately, gets himself into the ice cube to keep himself nice and healthy, and absolutely just cutting that team in half.
Take a look at Nicholas right now. He's ready to do it once more here, X. He only needs one shotgun shot to open up his ult. He effectively has ult as a result. He's going to be looking to come in off the top rope here and set up this team, because look at this. This is a great situation to be in. One more shot will give him ult. He's dropping in, has the ultimate up and up right, ends up getting hit into a Graviton. Now it's being turned around as he gets knocked to the ground. Does not die in the end, however. Here comes Shutdown, moving in off the Nano Boost. His back and forth between both teams. 4v4 here on the cart. And OPPA, they're winning the cart game here. Complexity is way away from the cart. Well, it's still getting pushed.
Yeah,
Sean able to zone things out.
Oxo and Nicholas did end up trading out Reaper kills there, as they do get the better end of this fight. Only Torque alive, but probably not for long, as he has to bail out through that opening in the wall. They are going to come uncontested. Here comes High Noon from Torque. Does he have any skulls? There's mostly shields up. Shun comes around, takes out Torque as well, so they're getting the better of this as Mirage looks to Deadeye himself, trying to take out anything. No, they only have 3 on the card as they try to reinforce. Nicholas, though, takes it back a little bit, so he gets a couple kills. Nicholas still alive, looking for more.
JKW got a really good charge with the Oxo there to keep this team in it. Ends up getting Earthshare, though. He was looking for Earthshare of his own. Taken out by Shun, just rolling right forward. And OPPA setting good time here. Towards the very end, it's JKW lost that point. He's finally going to go down. And that, here comes Showmeister. Not like this. That's actually worse. He goes into delay. Not only are you not delayed because the point is there, you're just going to die and chase death. So OPPA right now, they very well could set a faster time here, Alex. They have the ability to do this. And Oxo right now, with this Death Blossom, could drop in over the top and really make life rough for the side of complexity.
Yeah, Harblu almost with his Blizzard up again. He is remaining on this Mei. It's been somewhat of a staple of defense on certain maps, especially Kings. Not necessarily a hero you run the entire map, though. Harblu's sticking with it. Blizzard comes in.
So Nano Boost out. He's moving in over the top. Jumps off the top. Gets 2. Looking for more. Ends up getting into the Blizzard. He is frozen as this goes on. It's not a total success here for OPPA, but it's pretty darn close. They win with 3 or 4 players remaining, and they are going to keep the cart moving forward. Nano Boost Reaper off the top. Simply a bit too strong for Complexity. Deal. Now Complexity in a bit of trouble. They will get a chance to have one more fight here, at the very least.
Yeah, they do continue to roll. We'll see if JKW can nail a giant Earth Shatter here, as he's got it at the ready. The wall comes in to kind of segment them off, and they're just waiting, playing Rhine games right now, waiting for Shun to drop that shield. But Shun does not drop that shield ever. He absolutely mitigates that Earth Shatter and comes in on his own as Oxo takes out Nicholas. That's going to be a huge kill for them to start it off. They're going back and forth right now. Soundbarrier coming out for the defense, though. Here comes the auto boost on JKW.
Comes JKW. Nano boosted Reinhardt on the way. W-Mouse 1 in play. Zarya eating all sorts of damage here is going to fall. That's something like 3 kills for JKW. A fire strike makes it 4. And Complexity holding on here, buying themselves some very valuable time. And now, Hex, remember, it's still possible to full hold before this. Teams have held really long on this last point, so even though Complexity is up against a whole big ult disadvantage in this fight, if they can find a way of winning this next fight, Hex, they might very well win this map right here, right now. But I gotta say, odds are looking very good for OPPA, as they are loaded for this next fight.
You gotta imagine Soundbarrier is gonna be one of those early ults. I mean, pretty much every Q is gonna come down here. Soundbarrier does come in to start it off, and here comes Blizzard in response, though. Can they get in even through this stormy weather?
I'm not sure. They do open up the ground top, but Torque and Nicholas able to get 2 kills. Oxo, though, in the backline. The Death Blossom takes out 3. That's what he was looking for. The Nano Boost kept him alive in that situation, and it's a bloody fight. Both teams are bruised here, but it is OPPA with bit of advantage. Oxo finds Torque. Torque was going for the delay. Diva now just has to charge in at the last moment. The Stills and Rooster complexity. They're going to have respawns in sooner rather than later. They will be outnumbering the remaining members of OPPA on the card, as it's only 1.26 meters away.
Shun with a desperation. Earthshatter absolutely hits nothing there, and he is not long for this world as he gets cleaned up. Nicholas now with his own Death Blossom takes down one, damages everyone else, is going to push back this OPPA offense, and now they're on the wrong side of the clock, and they did not finish that point. A nice defense from compLexity. They are just really have designs on holding this point fully. There's no ults up for the offense to push with. They're going to have Nano Boost momentarily, though.
They will have Nano Boost momentarily. And we'll see how this works, but that was really OPPA's window. They had a big ult advantage there. They weren't able to do it. The Blizzard got disproportionate amounts of value from Harp. We'll have to see how the next fight goes here, where the defense is going to be open up here with Sound Bear. In comes the Sound Bear to start things off. Down goes Reinhardt, immediately hit by the sleep card. He's woken up though right away. So a bit of a waste there. Shun taking down
this Earthshatter.
The offense. Oh, the Earthshatter sets up Torque. It's a double kill as they move it forward. compLexity might be holding here, Nets.
Yeah, the Earthshatter was absolutely amazing. They were able to freeze out Shun earlier in that fight, too, so Shun got knocked away. He's been one of the catalysts of this team's engagements when they were able to freeze him and push him out. It also gave JKW the charge he needed as he finished off Shun to get that Earthshatter in. Pulse Bomb on top of it. Absolutely brutal. Zephyr maybe can bring this back as he's just exiting spawn right now, but he's got Graviton up. Only 40 seconds. That's decent push at best. Maybe you wait for Shun to get an Earthshatter up, though. Maybe you do it mid-fight.
Well, here comes Zephyr. He's going in from the flank. He's flanking the flankers right now, but here comes Nicholas. He's nano boosted, building things up. We'll have his ult up here in just a moment. Here he goes. Death Blossom on the way. Takes out one, takes out two. Was able to build the ult up and fight for that play, as that is going to be it. It's looking like compLexity will have the full hold, because now, who does the offense have to even force overtime? It's going to be a mad dash.
Maybe Shun. Maybe Shun if he can charge in. It's going to be so close. They gotta get on the cart! They gotta get on the cart!
No, they didn't do it! They messed up! Shun just needed to charge in. Earthshatter comes in late, knocks down 3, but doesn't matter because, ladies and gentlemen, compLexity has booked their ticket to the Grand Finals.
Yeah, gonna be in the
Grand Finals.
Well, maybe. We'll see. If they play like that, then probably. But
probably,
yeah.
Yes.
Nice plays there, and I think even had Shun been able to charge in there, that's exactly what Hard Blue was waiting for. You saw the wall come up too, so even a charge up Center Street would have probably been negated off the card. Nicholas with one of his many clutch Death Blossoms, 3K there. As a Reaper, can you get any more love than that? You got the Nano Boost, you got a Zarya Bubble. The only thing it's missing is the Sound Barrier, which would be overkill, but that's the reason you're seeing some of these better ultimates come out from Reaper, who, like, I casted a couple weeks in a row, and I was like, Reaper just, it's hard to hit these anymore, because, as you mentioned, the Lucio nerf came in, so the speed wasn't quite there. You know what really brings that speed back is a nice, good old Nano Boost from Ana, and we've seen Reapers just absolutely feast today.
It's been a good day for Reaper in general, especially as teams are running more and more tank-focused compositions. Reaper, what does he do well? He shreds tanks, and there's a point in the game where there's things like Double Winston about where Reaper actually couldn't shred tanks just because of how good double shields were, but in general, there's not too much of that going on nowadays. Reaper, if he gets the right position, can really get to the back line and dish out all sorts of damage, especially if he doesn't get hit by a Roadhog hook or something that disables him in the process. So, good day for Reapers.
Yeah, for sure. We are still waiting on the results of the other side of the bracket, which is WGs versus the 1%. It is tied up 1-1 there. We do know that compLexity will be moving on to our winners bracket final, so we're going to probably head to a break here as we wait for the results of that. Then we're going to do winners bracket final, then we're going to do lower bracket wherever we're at there, and then we're going to hop up to grand final. So a lot of Overwatch yet to come. I'm Hexagrams, that is ZP. You are watching the GosuGamers North America Weekly number 20. We're going to head to a quick break as we try to set up our next match, wait for the results to come in so we can bring you the winners bracket grand final. Of course, that is ultimately a great setup for the team that wins that, as they will have an advantage going into the grand final. So compLexity moving on. We're waiting for their opponent. We are going to take a short break and we will be back with you shortly. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your friends. Good Overwatch on the way. We'll be back soon.